Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we've got a very interesting knife to take a look at today. This is a knife from a South African maker. This is Plunkett Knives, and this is the Plunkett Knives Magnacut Spanto. And very beautiful fat carbon fiber on this side, and titanium, a really nicely finished titanium on the other side. Let's go ahead and flick it open, and you see the grinds of this particular blade. Really nicely done. You've got a hollow grind here on the flat part, and just a really neat knife. But we'll talk about some more about the knife here in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get some measurements of it. We're looking at about, let's scoot that up there where we can kind of put that up above it a little bit. You're looking at about 3 1/4 on the blade, and overall just short of 7.5 inches. And let's get the measuring instrument out of the way and bring in the scale. Get that teared out, and we'll take a look at the weight. Looks like we have about 3.5 ounces on the weight, so a pretty good ratio in my opinion. All right, let's look at a comparison against some particular knives that I have, and maybe you've got the same knife, and it'll help you kind of visualize the size of the knife. There it is against the CJRB Pyrite. Let's also bring in the Demco Shark Cub. Alright, get those out of the way. Let's look at a QSP Penguin. And a Vosteed Acorn. Alright, let's bring out the Miguron Morial and the American Blade Works Model 1. Alright. Let's look at another CJRB. This is the Feldspar. See, it's a little bit larger than the Plunkett, and then this is the North Arm Sky High. Okay. Let's look at a Kaiser. This is the Milita. And the Berg Blades Sweeney. Okay. Let's look at a couple of Benchmades now. This is the Benchmade Bug Out. And a Benchmade Osborne 940. Alright, and then last and certainly not least, we have the Microtech MSI, which is a good bit larger, and the Kaiser Cyberblade, which is a good bit smaller. Alright, let's look at the profile of it, as it would be in a closed state, and we'll go ahead and turn it over so that it'll fit flat on the table there. We'll look at the Pyrite. We'll bring in the Shark Cub as well. Alright, get those two out of the way. We'll just for a little comparison, we'll do the Bug Out. We'll also bring in the Berg Blades Sweeney. So some that are kind of similar, somewhat. All right, let's look at the Penguin. We'll look at the acorn as well. So that'll give you kind of an idea on the size of the width of it. Now let's look at thickness. We'll do against the acorn. You can see those are very similar. We'll bring in the penguin as well. Just a tad thicker than the penguin. The Morial is going to be a tad thicker there. Okay. And let's look at the bug out. You can see that the Plunkett's a little bit thicker than the bug out. Also the Demco Shark Cub and the CJRB Pyrite. So kind of give you an idea of how that might match up against a knife that you may have. All right, the blade steel on this one is Magnacut, and it is kind of a satin blade. You can see that it is very shiny, very prone to any kind of mark on it where you may have used it or touched it or anything else, but still a very, very nicely done blade. Grind the satin lines are just really cool because you've got multiple. You've got grind lines going this way or here, then you've got different direction here. You've got them up here going vertical as well, and then like a polished flat here with the Plunkett logo. And I don't think there's a mark on it. I think that's it. That's going to be the only writing on the knife will be there for the Plunkett brand. Alright, so we talked about blade steel finish, and let's look at lanyard hole. There is no lanyard hole and not really any way to put it on this particular knife. Let's talk about jimping. Of course, this is a front flipper, so you've got the jimping there, which would translate to there. But that is nothing, there's nothing else on the knife as far as jimping. Opening methods, well, you've got your thumb stud, of course. You've got another thumb stud. You can reverse flick off very easily. And the front flipper is just pretty awesome. One of the best fidgety front flippers that I've played with. This one is this is a very well done front flipper, in my opinion. All right, price on this. It is a custom knife out of South Africa, and these will run you about $550 shipped, which is for a custom, not bad at all. Not bad at all. D10 on this is, it's dialed in. I don't know that it could be any better, in my opinion. This is a well done knife. Spoiler alert. Let's look at lockup. There, you can see it there. No blade play, side to side, back and forth. It's good to go. Scale materials, you're looking at, of course, fat carbon fiber on this side, and just a really nicely textured titanium on this side. Let's talk about the hardware for a second. You're looking at T10s on the body screws, and also on the clip screw. It's something a little bit different for the pivot. This is not something that I normally see. You're actually looking at a T6 for the pivot, as you can see there. Okay, so that's a little different than what we would normally see. Thumb studs are nicely stepped here. You get plenty of traction on that, and it just works. As I mentioned, reverse flick off the thumb studs, it works, and it works really well. It's not the most comfortable knife in hand. There's a few hot spots, but I don't think this is a knife that you're probably going to be whittling wood with, or sharpening a stick, or processing a whole load of cardboard or anything like that. So you can choke up a little bit here, but you're going to have to be cognizant of the fact that you could get into that sharp edge there. Again, it's not the most comfortable. It's not. This would be a knife that I would carry if it were mine, but it's not. It's actually Mr. Eddy's, and I want to thank him for allowing me to disassemble, clean it, carry it, demonstrate it, all that good stuff. Really appreciate that. All right. Well, I guess I could talk about different. If you're, in hand, it's not too bad that way. It's not bad at all if you're doing like a draw cut. Reverse, that's actually really comfortable. So this grip here is probably the least comfortable of all of them, and it's not that bad in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at how this is going to look in pocket. I found that the clip worked really well, and that's kind of how you're gonna see in pocket. It's not deep carry, but it's not bad at all. Sits up good next to the seam there, and easily in and out of pocket. Not a problem at all. If you're reaching in past this knife to get something, I've said it several times. I usually carry a earbuds and a hank in my right pocket where I normally carry a knife. If I'm reaching in past to get it, it's not one that has a lot of sharp edges that's going to really eat my hand up. This is not a problem at all. Did I mention the action's really good? I think I mentioned it, but I don't think I demonstrated. It's very good. So this is a knife that I think I may have already even mentioned it. I would own this knife if I had the opportunity and had the money. So this is a very cool knife. I appreciate being able to experience it. I don't think I've ever tried a Plunkett before, so this is kind of a new one for me, and I like it. So this is one that I would recommend. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the knife. I know that this is not a knife that's going to be a good purchase for a lot of folks, me included. But there's different budgets for different folks, and I like to try to do different knives that have different budgets. So, and I like to be able to experience some of those knives that normally I wouldn't be able to. And for that, I appreciate friends that allow me to take a look at their knives. Again, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Hope to see y'all again soon, and hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.